Thank you guys very much for being here. Again, my name is Allie Bennett. I'm the 9th grade assistant principal. And the first slide you see here was a snapshot from Jumpstart, our freshman Jumpstart, which is the experience that kids across Tacoma have when they're transitioning from 8th to 9th grade. So we're really excited for this class of next year's incoming 8th graders. We're having a lot of fun with the 9th graders so far, transitioning back to school and learning what it's like to be back in school together. Our agenda tonight, we're trying to kind of mix up some of the content that we have. So we have a lot of videos, but we also have some people on the call because we know how important it is for you to see people who actually work at the school and also hear from some student voices. So we're going to start with introductions. I'll just let you know who hopefully will be on the call for the hour. And then we're going to talk a little bit about academic programs that we offer at Silas. And then we'll hand it off to our staff panel to talk briefly about their experiences here and their thoughts about our school. We wanted to run through facilities that are unique to Silas and actually show you some pictures of what our campus looks like. We know that that's something that's important to families to know. And then we'll transition into a brief overview of our athletics program and our electives and programs that we offer. From there, we do have a student panel of 9th to 12th graders that will have some things to share about their experiences so far. And we have a really cool slideshow of what school culture and climate has actually looked like this year that Mr. Host has put together. If we have time, we'd really like to share a little bit more about the name change as well at the end before we head into question and answer. So we know that in the past, this has been maybe more of a question and answer driven session. We have a lot of really cool things that we want to be able to share with you visually, and this is a good forum to be able to do that, particularly because it's going to be recorded and posted as a resource for families later, because we know a lot of families can't be here right now. So we wanted to package something that will be kind of video-ish for a lot of things, but also be able to answer your questions at the end. So just introducing briefly who's on the call. You're going to get to hear from some of these people a little bit later on. This is our administrative team. We all started together as a team 4 years ago. Ms. Hartman, previous to that, was a dean at Silas, which was Wilson at the time. And Ms. Ray had been an assistant principal for 5 years, right, before becoming a principal at the school. So we've been a team here going on our year 4. And it's been a real interesting 4 years. So I think your kids are in good hands with the range of talents and abilities on our leadership team. We also have a few staff members joining us tonight. We have Ms. Anahea Daly, a counselor here. Mr. Rogers is not feeling very well tonight, but he was invited to be here. He is an English teacher, an alumni, and also an AP teacher. Mr. Herr, representing the music program and band specifically. Ms. Rayberg, who is a science teacher in our department and teaches freshman biology. And then Ms. Woodard, who is a student services or a special education teacher at our school. And then our student panel, we have 5 of these 6 kiddos were able to be here on really short notice, and we really appreciate that. We have Bianca Hosland is an ASB leader, David Jute, Sailor Snell, Mahala Morrow, and Shakayla Coleman Jackson are all joining us tonight. So we really appreciate that. A few housekeeping things, like I said before, we are recording this so that we can post it to the website and also post it on TPS's Facebook page a little bit later so that families that aren't able to be here right now can access the content later. Like we said before, we can't see the audience, so we hope to be able to answer your questions in the question and answer session, but we believe there are at least 15 attendees here, hopefully more. And then we think also you have a chat function as an attendee. So if you do have questions throughout the session, please post your questions in the chat. They won't show up automatically, but we will be cataloging them and either answer them tonight or later on. So the reason that we're here is for the choice enrollment process. Tacoma is unique in that families outside of the neighborhood catchment area can apply for choice enrollment to a school of their choosing. And I think the philosophy behind that is students will do well if they've been able to select a school with programs that they really feel like fit their interests and needs. So that's kind of the idea behind choice applications. Applications are only for non-neighborhood students. If you're a neighborhood kid, you are automatically enrolled at Silas unless you choose otherwise. The application's due by January 21st. If students are outside the boundaries, that's a different process, so contact Enrollment Services. And then lastly, a note from our Student Services District Department. Just as a reminder, for special education students, we really want to be thoughtful about what programs we do offer at each site and making sure that those programs satisfy the students' needs of their IEP or 504 plans. This is a question that comes up regularly. What classes do you offer? So this is a slide that captures what classes we're offering this year. It's subject to change every year based on the number of students that we have enrolled, our staff sometimes, and then programs that we're interested in either pushing forward or reeling back for various reasons. So this gives you a little bit of a snapshot. We will have a page with a lot of academic information available to you. It's kind of a fact sheet for Silas on our website. That includes some of these pieces, but also the content of the following two slides. We often get questions about what advanced programs do you offer? So this is a snapshot, like I said, of the one-pager fact sheet that really spells out the courses that we're offering this year. You see that we have a variety of advanced placement course offerings. We also have a fair amount of students in Running Start. I think about 100 to 120 of our student population this year attends Running Start. And so they're earning college credits while they're also attending high school, sometimes for different numbers of periods. They might be only here for electives or they might be here for a half day, but it really gives them kind of flexibility in that experience of being on a college, community college campus. We do have college in the high school and one UW chemistry class. So this, again, this you can read more thoroughly on the fact sheet that will be on our website. We also get questions about what kinds of schools do kids go to after they leave Silas or formerly Wilson High School. So this is a list of everywhere that our kids have gone back to 2015, and it's on the fact sheet as well. All right, and with that, I'm going to hand it back to Ms. Ray, who's going to kick off our staff panel.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett. So our staff panel, I do see, Mr. Rogers, that you have joined us. Great, it's good to see you. We've already had introductions, and I'm not sure, because it's tricky on this format. I think, have Ms. Woodard and Ms. Rayberg joined us? I'm not sure if they have, but that's okay, because it gives us plenty of time to hear from Ms. Daly, Mr. Rogers, and Mr. Herb. And so we wanted to have multiple perspectives tonight. So staff panel, student panel, Q&A opportunities. And so we've really asked the staff, you know, they don't have to tell us all about every experience. Of course, we don't have time for that, but really why have they chosen to be at Silas High School, especially Mr. Rogers is an alum, and we have a surprising number of folks who graduated from Wilson who continue to work now at Silas. And we take a lot of pride in that because we have staff members who know the community, know a lot of the families, know our rich history, but also know ways that we can continue to improve and get better. So with that, did we have specific questions we wanted them to answer, Ms. Bennett, or were we going to just have them talk a little bit about their experience as staff members?
I think if they could do their name again, what things they teach, how long you've been at Wilson and Silas, and like, what does that mean to you? I think that would be a good start, and then you can kind of go from there a little bit. But I like knowing how long have you been at the school and what kinds of programs you're involved in, which could include coaching or things outside of academics as well.
Thank you. All right, we're going to hand it over to our staff. Let's start with Miss Daly, who is actually the newest staff member to our school.
Okay. Hi, I'm Miss Daly. I am the school counselor for kiddos with the last names O through Z. I have been at Silas staff members for 2 years. This is my second school year, but I was actually a parent. I'm a parent of a Wilson grad and will be a parent of a Silas grad. And so I've known the community first as a parent in a parent role, and then I was placed at Silas 2 years, school years ago. I think the one thing I can say about our faculty and our community is school community's compassion. A lot of our staff, I've never met a staff that has so much compassion and really wants to see the kids succeed and reach their potential. I can hand it off to Mr. Rogers.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Daly. Appreciate you. Like I was introduced, my name is Mr. Rogers. I represent a lot of aspects of the Silas community. I'm a community member, I'm an alumni, I'm a coach, I'm a teacher. I will be a parent of a Silas student in 2 years, which is hard to believe. I was fortunate enough to be able to come back and teach at the same place that I went to school. I taught for 2 years in Puyallup and then transitioned over to Tacoma when my wife and I bought our first house. And it was like coming home. The thing that gets me so excited about this Silas community is that it's so close-knit that we're always welcoming new members with open arms. And we're just excited about how we can make a difference in our students and in the families that we serve every single day.
All right, I think I'll go next, I guess. So my name is Mr. Herb, and I have been working at Wilson/Silas for 18 years now. And I am the director of bands, but I also teach a beginning guitar class, and I am the music department head, so I do have some involvement with all of the choirs and the orchestra classes as well. I guess I'll take a different tack than my predecessors speaking, and I'll say that thing I would like about the history of Wilson and Silas, especially over the 18 years that I've been there and the growth, has been the consistency across the whole school, academically, athletically. There's no weaknesses at Wilson / Silas. If you want to do something, you can do it here, especially music. There you go.
Good plug, sir. Well said.
On it.
Miss Rayberg or Miss Woodard, I don't think, hold on, I'm checking I don't think they were able to join us.
I think Miss Woodard said she's having technical difficulties, but she is here.
Okay.
So let's give her a minute, and then I think Bianca and who else do we have? There are 2 students who are in the audience right now. Ms. Bennett sent you an email with a join link so that you can be a presenter. Check your email and follow the link.
Bianca and Sailor, check your emails. Okay.
Ms. Woodard, are you able to join? All right, we'll try and catch you later, okay?
Oh, Allie, you're muted.
Okay, let's try that again. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Ms. Woodard, we wanted to be able to share with you a little bit about the facilities at Wilson. So we were able to, through bonds, get 2 remodels through, one in 2006 and one in 2017. We call the one in the 2006 kind of the main building. It really houses a lot of our academic programs and technical programs in this main building. So social studies, English, science, some CTE programs like Microsoft IT Academy and world languages are all in the main building. And then the academic building was built in 2017 from scratch and has some really cool programs, including the culinary program, our media lab, and most of our math classes are in the academic building as well as what's called WISE now. It's a program for students on the autism spectrum. So these are some interior shots from the architects from when the main building was renovated. On the left is our library, which has really cool glass pieces from our glass shop. And then on the right is a sample classroom. These are pictures from the academic building. I think Ms. Hartman is on the call, but Ms. Hartman actually got to meet with the architects and help design some pieces of the academic building. And it was really, the intent behind the design was really kind of more of a collegiate feel. It has a very open space feel to it and lots of seating areas. It's pretty unusual for a high school campus. Sorry, my dog is drinking. And again, academic building, this is another view inside the culinary room. And then we also have some raised beds for our plant biology class outside. So in addition to the remodels, we wanted to be able to just give you a little bit of a taste of what some of the other facilities we have available include. These are our art facilities. We have a glass blowing shop, which is really unique in our district. We partner with Hilltop artists. We also have a pottery studio and a wood shop facility that we're using right now. And then again, in the new remodeled building, this is a picture from our culinary room, which includes a program called ProStart, which is like a catering kind of training kids who are advanced culinary students in what catering might look like and food service. And we also have a media lab with some Mac computers that kids use for yearbook, graphic design, and media broadcasting. And then our greenhouse is also a pretty unique feature of our campus. Our it's our environmental club, puts on a plant sale every year in the greenhouse, and some of the plant biology classes will work out there. It feels very like Hogwartsian to me, but it's pretty awesome that kids get the hands-on experience of being able to grow plants from seed, and they have a space to be able to do that. Our JROTC building is one of the original buildings still left over, and my understanding is JROTC was given the option of either moving inside the new building and losing space or maintaining an older facility and just taking it over. So they chose to take over this older hallway, and so it's really cool to go in there because it's a little bit like a program within a school. JROTC is a leadership program. It's attached to the Marines on campus. But it's a really great way for kids to be included in a smaller community within our larger community. whether they intend to go into the military or not. So these are pictures from their PT class earlier this week. And then lastly, before I hand it back over to Ms. Ray to talk about athletics, these are our gym facilities. So in the upper left, we do have a pool on campus. And then our gym was renovated, I think is the right word. So the structure of the gym is the same, but the lobby was bumped out in the remodel process and renovation process, along with kind of this wall of fame that you see in the lower right. If you ever get to come to a volleyball game or basketball game, something inside, it's really cool to see alumni accomplishments in terms of athletics in our Hall of Fame in the foyer of the gym. So with that, I'm going to hand it back over to Ms. Ray to talk briefly about athletics.
Thank you. I believe that Mr. Sieg is going to switch us over to a second. We've broken our presentation up into 3 different pieces so that we don't crash the system. So we're going to transfer over to the part 2 of 3. And Wilson High School has a rich history of athletic prowess, and we are excited for Silas High School to continue with that. If you did not know, our pool is named DeCanula Pool after Coach DeCanula, who I believe it's 26, had 26 consecutive state swimming championships, 26 years in a row of winning the state swimming championship. We are very, very proud of that, and our aquatics programs continue to be fantastic, but we're excited about all of the athletic programs that we offer, and students continue to tell us what they think is missing and where we might add. Our volleyball team is, they are the league championships, and they are currently training for districts, and they played the boys tennis team. Well, they beat the boys tennis team today, and it was really fun to see 2 different programs competing, but also helping the other team to train and to get stronger and to cross train. So we work hard, but we also have a lot of fun. And our athletic programs are run by the department led by Athletic Director Johnny Lee and his assistant Larry Beck and our certified athletic trainer Audrey Ebert. We are really proud to have an athletic trainer on staff. So she's part of teaching staff, and she teaches courses in sports medicine and is also the trainer who works with all of our athletic programs. And she's a master's degree level certified trainer. So as the principal, I have a lot of confidence knowing that Miss Ebert is there during football games or during any competition to keep our students safe, but also to teach them about potential careers moving forward in athletics. I'm getting a little bit of feedback, but I think it's because our video is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and mute, and we can start with our video.
I'm the athletic director here at Wilson High School and a Wilson alum.
My name is Bernadette Ray. I'm the principal.
Hello, my name is Taviante Webster. I play basketball, football, and run track. I am a part of Wilson ASB. I am the sophomore class president. I am a 10th grader.
My name is Zenobia. I am in 11th grade. I am a cheerleader. I do Unified. I am a president of VSU. I'm an ASB, and I'm a feminist club.
My name is Madison Lamb. I'm a sophomore. I play girls soccer.
My name is Connor Mead. I'm a sophomore at Wilson. I play football, I wrestle, and I run track.
My name is Kellen Mead. I'm a senior. I play football, I run track,
and I'm in the Winter Ensemble in Gadsden.
My name is Shalise Nichols. I'm in 12th grade. I participate in volleyball.
My name is Rickson Daly, 10th. Football, wrestling, and baseball or track. I choose, depending on the season, which one I do.
Shakari Kendall, I'm a senior. At Wilson, I'm involved in basketball, varsity. I do track too also, and I'm in clubs like the Black Student Union.
What brought me to Wilson was I heard they had great academics and that their sports were nice, so that's what led me to the Ramway.
Honestly, what brought me to Wilson was just the campus. I love the campus, and it's close to home.
It's a great balance of academics and athletics. There's some schools in Tacoma that has great academics but not good athletics and vice versa, but Wilson has a great balance of both.
I like to be a part of a team at Wilson because I got to meet new people, I got to play a sport that I love, and I got to bond with people on and off the field.
I love being a part of football and track especially, and wrestling for that matter, because I feel like the coaches truly want the best for you. I feel like they're really there to make you a better athlete, a better person, and to just overall, they're just there, they care about you. I love how every sport is a family in its own way, and there's so many different aspects of every, like there's so many different people in each sport, and you kind of get to see what people play football, what people wrestle, what people run track, and it's cool to see just like how everybody is different, how every sport has a different, it's like a different family.
Excitement. It's really exciting. So like when you're about to cheer, you see like big lights at the football games, you're just like excited.
My name is Johnny Lee. I'm the athletic director here at Wilson High School and a Wilson alum.
Okay, we wanted to show, this video is actually about 10 minutes long. So we wanted to show you a piece of it and then just let you know that it is available on the website. And so you can go and watch more of it later. This was created last year when we were remote, and we wanted an opportunity for student athletes to share why they chose Wilson, which is now Silas. So each of the students who you saw is now a year older and may have different perspectives on the different ways that they're participating. But I really appreciated what I think it was Rickson who said, you know, we're a school who has strong academics and strong athletic programs. And I would add to that our clubs and activities, ROTC, lots of opportunities for students.
Okay, we are really proud of this video that we're about to show. Our media broadcasting class put together an updated kind of like a pitch about all the different electives that we currently offer and programs at the school. And they did this in a week and a half, which is so amazing and impressive to me. And I hope that you also notice the professionalism of our students. They produce a program called Ram TV every week, and it's like an actual news broadcast. It's wonderful. So this is all student created, and it's showcasing the different electives that are available to 8th graders coming in to Silas.
Give me 1 minute here.
We really struggled because this file is a gigabyte, so we're gonna get it.
Are we able to see it?
Yes, we can see it. We're going to pray we can hear it.
Be ready for your prayers to be answered. Here we go.
We're not
Can't
hearing
hear
it yet,
it.
but it looks like it's buffering. Yeah, we're not hearing it.
Is it playing?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I'm not hearing.
We could try again and make sure we've clicked the things and turned up the things. We'll take a deep breath. I can't believe it's our first little glitch, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna reset. I'll try to reset the mic because it says it should be going. Okay, I'm resetting the mic. This should work. We're not seeing it though. Are we seeing it?
We can see it.
Okay. Okay, what happened here is now I can't. Hold on just a moment here.
For us, it just looks like it's not yet playing.
Okay, it's gonna happen. Now I had to reset the mic. Now I got to reset the video, the display. This is more complicated than it I thought it was gonna be. Okay, we should be able to see it now.
We can.
Okay,
Yep.
now we should also be able to hear it.
We cannot hear it.
Oh, it says it.
You know what we could do is because it will be available after the fact on our website, it's not the worst problem ever. But we could try one more time, and then if it's not working, that's okay. Folks can just go and reference it on our website.
Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, it is just not letting me.
Do you want me to try requesting control to hit play because you can't see the play?
Yeah, try that because it is it says it's working as far as the voice goes. I just switching. Okay, there we go. Ah.
Hi, I'm Mariana, a student here at Silas High School. At Silas, we offer a wide variety of classes that suit all interests. Have you ever wanted to make a cup? Well, our ceramics class allows you to make that and much more in our drawing and painting classes. We also have glass blowing, nutrition and wellness, human development, photography, and woodshop, and so much more. Do you want to learn a new language? Here at Silas, we provide 3 different languages: French, Spanish, and American Sign Language. Are all open to incoming freshmen. Are you interested in being a leader for your school, planning spirit days or dances? Then you can join ASB. Do you have an interest in honing your musical talent? Band, orchestra, and choir can allow you to become a talented musician. You can also learn how to edit videos, run camera equipment, and be in our school news by joining broadcasting, which is a class that created the video you're watching now. Are you tired of not knowing how to use Word or PowerPoint? Our Microsoft IT classes are perfect for anyone wanting to find out more about any of the Office 365 programs. We also provide a range of PE classes. Swimming, weightlifting, and lifetime sports are all options for you. You can even get your PE credit by joining JROTC. Overall, Silas is a school where you learn new skills, make new friends, and further your learning. If you're at all interested in attending Silas next year and becoming a part of our RAM family, make sure to fill out the Choices enrollment form on the Silas School website.
Yay!
All right.
I'm so proud of our team. Very exciting. And thank you for your persistence, Mr. Sieg.
Yeah, we did it. Well, thanks for your quick thinking there. So now I got to get us back to the part of the presentation.
And while Mr. Sieg is doing that, again, so that video is completely student produced in our TV studio as part of our multimedia productions class. Mr. Cadena is the teacher who also teaches photography and works with our yearbook staff. So we're really proud of the work that they do and the weekly RAM TV news production that they create. Really impressive work from our students.
So next we wanted to jump into student panel. I'm really excited to see we have several students on the call. Students, if you could take turns introducing yourself, what grade level you're in, and what types of programs you're in that you want to share with the group, that would be great. And then I think I have 2 questions that I mentioned I might ask you, but I'd like to do introductions first, if that's okay. So why don't we go in the order of the faces on the slide. If you could unmute your mic when I say your first name, and then you can introduce yourself, okay? So Bianca.
Yeah, hi, my name is Bianca, and I'm a senior. I'm also the senior class ASB president. I am part of a lot of programs at Silas. I've done wrestling in the past, and now I'm on the girls tennis team. I also manage for the boys tennis team. I've done many AP classes. I'm currently in one with Mr. Rogers, you see here. I am part of ASB too, and I'm part of Knowledge Bowl, and I love my experience. It is all the teachers help you so much and support you. If I am ever in trouble, or more in need of like help or assistance, they're always there to support me and help me just follow my dreams, I guess. Thank you.
Thanks, Bianca. I don't think I see David here. Is David on the call? David didn't make it. How about Sailor?
Hi, I'm Sailor. I am in 11th grade, 11th grade, and I am the ASB secretary this year, and I'm also heavily involved in the ROTC program here at Silas. I also do girls swimming, and I am also a part of various AP classes, including one with Mr. Rogers as well.
Awesome. And then Shakayla.
Oh, okay. Hi, my name is Shakayla. I'm a 10th grade sophomore. I'm actually involved in drama club that's actually coming up in December, I believe. And then I'm thinking about joining theaters or broadcasting next year. So yeah.
Miss Raymond said that you're interested in becoming an actress.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about becoming an actress next year, hopefully. I also want to go to Stanford to start film school. Film class. And then soon doing theater school as well. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So I don't know if he's on the call right now, but we call him Jeremy, but we have a theater club that meets after school. And I think they're planning to do a pretty famous musical in the spring. So we're really excited about that. Yeah, top secret. And I see that David is in the chat, but I'm not sure if he's in the right side of the meeting.
I'm here.
You're here!
When you said David isn't here, I was seeing what the other people saw. So when you said it said join a section, or that thing where you click that joins the meeting. It showed that as soon as you said David isn't here.
Great. I'm glad you're in the right place. David, do you want to introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about what you've done at Silas and what you think of the school?
Hi, I am David Jude. I had lots of fun going there and meeting friends, and so I'm nervous. And the people I met are really good, and so I'm just having trouble thinking right now.
That's okay. We're just really glad you're here. I know that it's kind of a secret, but you've been able to be the mascot in the past. And that was a really cool memory for you. Really pretty special.
And it's called a secret.
David, would you mention your job and what you do at the deli, please?
I at the deli this week. I am delivery, but several times in the past, so far I have done sandwiches. And we basically they teach us how to do customer service.
Yes, and I had one of your wraps last week, and it was the best thing that I've had in a really long time. So you guys are doing amazing.
Do you mind if I say who's my favorite teacher so far?
Go for it.
Mr. B, his PE classes. He's a lot of fun. And he's just a good guy overall.
He is a good guy. So Mr. Bowrichter goes by Mr. B, and he also teaches swimming and lifeguarding, right?
Yes.
Which is another job skill. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so students, we're going to ask that you hang out on the call because people probably will have questions for you at the end, because really you're the most important people for them to talk to out of all of us. So thank you guys for sharing a little bit about all the amazing things that you're involved in, which is a long list. And we're going to share a few more things about the school before we head to question and answer. Oh, this is Mr. Hoseth's video. Mr. Hoseth, do you want to talk a little bit about school culture and climate?
Sure, just a quick introduction. This is a 2-minute video. It's mostly pictures from this school year, the last 2 months. We'll see a couple of things where we had a parade during homecoming week. We tried a tailgate party on the homecoming day, and we had a lot of neat dress-up days. There's a few things that are also from last spring, still to 2021, but for the most part, it's from Silas. So here's just 2 minutes so you can get hopefully a little bit of a feel for some things that are happening at school.
Thank you, Mr. Joseth. Carl does a really wonderful job of being kind of the historian for us. He has his phone out all the time taking pictures, and I think it's really special for him and for us to put together pictures of the kids, because that's something that I think as a school is super important to us, to stay focused on the really unique and beautiful people that we get to watch grow into young adults. So thank you, Carl. We're heading into the last portion of our time together, and I know it's already 7:21. So I'm going to hand this over to Miss Ray, and Miss Ray, you can kind of decide how much or how little time. It looks like we have 16 attendees, so I don't know how much time we'll need for questions and answers. But we wanted to acknowledge and mention the significance of the name change to our school culture and to our identity as a school. So I'll pass it over to Miss Ray.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett. Obviously, changing the name of our school was and is a very big deal. Our community knows our campus and the people associated with our campus as Wilson, and we're really proud of that. But when a member of our alumni community came to us and said, I think it's time for a change, we pulled together a committee who worked really, really hard to find what they thought was a name more suitable for our community moving forward. And so this video is actually from the news, and many of you may have seen it, but it actually features Dr. Silas and gives you an opportunity to know a little bit about who Dr. Dolores Silas was. And unfortunately, we lost her not long after this video was made. So we're so happy to have, again, more pieces of history to remember her, because we want our students to know who Dr. Silas was. because many students didn't really know who Woodrow Wilson was. They knew he was a president, but they didn't know a lot about him. And so we're proud to have some video and a lot of memorabilia now in the school. She always wore hats. We have a lot of her hats. We have her degrees. We have her thesis in our library. And so we'll just watch a little bit of who Dr. Silas was and then move on to Q&A.
Woodrow Wilson High School in Tacoma will soon have a new name. It will be the first school in Tacoma ever named for a Black woman. And in tonight's Western Washington Gets Real segment, you get to meet her. KROS 7's Deborah Horn spoke with a true trailblazer, 94-year-old Dr. Dolores Silas.
Is this essentially going down memory lane here?
Yes, yes it is.
In her nearly 95 years,
it was unreal.
Dr. Dolores Silas has lived a life of many firsts.
I was president of the Tacoma branch NAACP. I was president of the Northwest area NAACP. I was the first Black on the Pierce County Health Board.
But even before all of that, she was the first Black administrator in the Tacoma School District, went on to be the first Black woman on the Tacoma City Council, its first Black deputy mayor.
You know, we had parking spaces.
Oh.
And so when I left, I took the sign with me.
None of it, she says, was to gain special recognition.
You just don't go out there and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be in the newspaper and on television. You do it because it's right.
Or because one day they will name a school for you.
Well, I didn't think that far ahead. Deborah, I didn't think that ever would happen to me.
And it might not have happened.
I am firmly opposed to changing the name of my alma mater, Woodrow Wilson High School.
The issue was hotly debated before the Tacoma School Board.
On the $400,000 price tag, do we need to be spending this money currently during a pandemic?
But those most passionate about renaming the school were the board's student representatives.
A name change is not just a chance to be politically correct, but a chance to stand on the right side of history, to foster a new truth.
I mean, it's a great school, and that's not going to change just because the name changes. And I think the name change is probably going to make it even better, honestly.
If we aren't doing this now, then when are we going to do it? When is the perfect time to be anti-racist? When is the perfect time to take those steps forward?
Dr. Silas says once the decision was made, she drove over here to Woodrow Wilson High School just once and parked. Perhaps the next time she comes, it'll be her name here, a fitting capstone to a life devoted to education and public service, and all the wisdom that comes with both.
As a person born on the wrong side of the railroad tracks would have a name, a school named after her. Now, breathe on that. Breathe on that for a few minutes. And what does that tell you?
What does it tell you?
Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Even this. Reporting in Tacoma, Deborah Horn, KROS 7 News.
That is fantastic, although she can't take that parking sign home.
Thank you, Mr. Sieg. Each time I watch that video, I get a little choked up now that Dr. Silas is no longer with us. But again, I'm so glad that we have these pieces to remember her, and the school and our students really are able to embody her vision moving forward. I'm not sure how many attendees we have on the call, but at this time we're happy to take questions in the chat. I also am not exactly sure if the chat feature is working for everyone, but if you do have questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat, and they can be general questions or they can be directed at any of the student panelists or the staff panelists. We're happy to answer.
We might give them just a few minutes to see if anybody types in a question, Ms. Ray, and then I can definitely read it out loud.
Thank you.
I see just one published question in the chat, Mr. Sieg. It says that the person would like to hear from the special education teacher. Ms. Woodard, are you able to be on the call? Are you still here? I know she was having technical difficulties, so I'm not sure if she, I can request her to join again and see if maybe we can work that out. But Ms. Woodard was trying to get on and was having technical difficulties this evening.
Here we do have a question pop up. I can publish real quick.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm not sure if it can be seen, but I'll go ahead and read it out loud. It's please address inclusion and special ed programming.
Sure, and I just got a text message from Miss Woodard that she is here, but I don't believe that her microphone is working. So Miss Woodard, if the question is on inclusion and special education programming, maybe you can text me and I'm happy to read for you any response. But I would offer that inclusion is very important at our school. I can say that it's important at every Tacoma High School, but one of the things that I've always been really proud of at Wilson, and then now moving forward at Silas, is that all special education programs work toward what is called the least restrictive environment. So students who have IEPs, individualized education plans, may take classes that are designated specifically toward their services, but they also are often in general education classes with their typical peers. And so for each student, that IEP does determine their class schedule and their programming. And while IEPs are legal documents, so of course we follow them, we really want to have every student have the opportunity to have specific programming that fits for them and their interests and their wants and needs. So we do offer the WISE program, which we mentioned earlier. We offer the RISE program, which is specific for behavior. We offer LRC classes as well. And all of students in almost every program have a combination of potentially self-contained classes, but also general education classes. So our goal is inclusion as much as possible. And we also offer co-taught classes. So for our co-taught classes, those are classes where there's a paired teaching staff. So there's a content area specialist who works with a learning specialist. And so, for example, in an English class, you've got the content area specialist who knows all of the literature and has read all of the novels and knows the Springboard curriculum really, really well. And then the learning specialist is more of a strategist who works with that teacher to provide different ways to accommodate and or modify when necessary for students. Ms. Woodard says, in addition to students taking general education classes, students can join any club, including Unified Sports, that she helps coach. So Unified Sports is a program where partner students or typical students work with students who may have any type of disability. So students with disabilities are deemed athletes. Typical students are deemed partners, and there's a partner-athlete ratio for Unified Sports, and it is a kick. And usually you can't tell who's a partner and who's an athlete when you go to watch a game. It's a great opportunity for students to participate, and we've got students who participate sometimes in both unified basketball and varsity basketball, or junior varsity or C team, which is pretty fun as well. Thank you for that, Ms. Woodard. I'm seeing that we are at our hour mark, but I would like to welcome one more question if we have one.
I think the only other one, there was kind of a specific one. Well, this one is easy. Do you have a drum line? Mr. Herb, do you want to talk about our percussion program?
Sure. Do we have a drum line? Yes, it is included within the larger percussion curriculum that we have. We have a class that is for all percussion. And so we focus on drumline in that class in the early fall. So if you had come to any of our football games, you would have heard the drumline at the football game with the band. We also play again in the spring, but those same students also participate in percussion ensemble, where they learn the greater breadth of percussion instruments, which has had a lot of success in the past too, having gone to state more times than I can count on one hand in the last 6 years. So very successful program. So if you're into it, come play.
Thank you, Mr. Herb. I also wanted to mention too, and just make it explicit, we have a new orchestra teacher this year and a new choir teacher, which is really exciting for us because there's kind of some, like a fresh start. We're kind of building it as we go this year, coming back from being remote and hybrid. So Ms. McCormick and Mr. Bidach are our new teachers in the music program. So if you are looking for a school with strong music programs, we've got some offerings in addition to our wonderful band program that's been established for so long to offer. I see Shannon was asking how many incoming 9th graders are you funded for, or do you anticipate in 2022? I guess all I can say is like it's been roughly the same number the past 4 years that I've been here. So I think our enrollment hovers around 1,200. Is that 1,100, 1,200? Is that correct, team?
Yeah, we usually start off the year between 1,250 and 1,300 students. This year, post remote and hybrid learning, we're about 100 fewer students. We're at 1,150 now. The freshman class is normally around 320-ish students to 350.
Shannon, does that answer, are you good? Does that answer your question? And then I saw you had a question. I think that's more for enrollment services. Make sure that we answer that correctly about if you only get one choice for choice enrollment. Any other questions?
I just published another one. Ms. Bennett?
I see the AVID program one.
Yes.
Okay, so the question group is, I'm in the AVID program at my school, and that is meant to prepare you for high school and beyond. I was wondering if there is a class similar at Silas.
I'm happy to answer that question. We do not have an AVID class. However, we utilize some AVID strategies throughout our classes. So we don't offer specific AVID classes, as I know they do at multiple middle schools. It's a conversation that we've had as to whether or not we want to include that. There's a longer answer that has to do with funding and a bunch of other things we can talk about in the future, but we do incorporate many AVID strategies.
All right, so it's 7:38. I'm thinking if anybody on the call has further questions, please feel free to email any administrator or really any staff member, but administrators probably would be your best bet for specific questions at Silas, and we hope to see you next year. Thank you everyone for being on the call tonight. If you have follow-up questions specific to staff or other people that you saw, or staff or students or other people that you saw on the call tonight, please let one of us know and we'll put you in touch with that specific person. Thank you again for being here.